1976, the Oakland Raiders secondary was nicknamed the Soul Patrol, and the ringleader was free safety Jack Tatum. Tatum's nickname was the Assassin, and his 1980 autobiography delved into his brutally hard-hitting exploits. Strong safety George Atkinson was the 1968 AFL Defensive Rookie of the Year and made the Pro Bowl his first 2 years in the league. Raiders defenders used heavily taped forearms to deliver crushing blows to the neck and helmet in an effort to stun their opponent. In Foxborough, Massachusetts, and other NFL cities, ambulances were nearby and always at the ready.
I think that the Giants stayed in there, played a great game too, and it was a great game for the fans. I think the guy that should get the game ball is Bubba Tyer. He stopped, this thing was bleeding so bad and blood was in my eyes and in my mouth, and I told him, I said, you got to stop this bleeding, and he went over there. He was better than any cut man in pro boxing.
Some of the hits that don't look that impressive are the ones that do the most damage. Saints number 69 Andy Doris's face mask tackle of quarterback Steve Bartkowski resulted in season-ending knee surgery. Also in Week 5, quarterback Terry Bradshaw was hounded by defensive end Joe Turkey Jones all game. The Browns sacked him 4 times, but it was this pile driver that caused a neck injury and concussion. Amazingly, Bradshaw only missed 2 games. Roger Staubach would do whatever it took to hit pay dirt. In Week 7 against the Bears, he chipped the knuckle bone in the little finger of his throwing hand. It knocked him out of the game, but he started the following week and each week for the rest of the season. Steve Spurrier was the expansion Buccaneers starting quarterback for 12 games, and he paid a heavy price. He was sacked 32 times and hit hard numerous other times. Greg Landry was the 1976 Comeback Player of the Year award winner, but he was sacked an NFL-high 55 times, which probably made him wish that he hadn't made a comeback. Steve Ramsey of the Broncos was sacked the second most times, as a percentage. Richard Todd was a rookie out of the University of Alabama in 1976, the same school that produced fellow Jets quarterback Joe Namath. Both were first-round draft picks. Todd had a challenging year. Bob Avellini was a second-year quarterback who took his lumps in 1976. His 43.5 completion percentage was ranked 24 of 25 qualifiers, and his 49.4 passer rating was ranked 23rd out of 25 qualifiers. And he only threw 9 touchdown passes against 20 interceptions, while starting all 14 regular season games. Greg Morton was a 12-year veteran who was bounced around in 1976 due to immobility caused by weak knees. He was sacked the second most times in the NFL, 39. Here's what happens when a speeding bullet meets an immovable object. Larry Walton missed the entire 1975 season after undergoing knee surgery. After this collision, Walton did not play the following week, and the Lions adopted an unconventional 2 tight end offense for that week. Here's Seahawks middle linebacker Ed Bradley. Looks kind, doesn't he? Not exactly. He casually tripped Tony Galbraith. On this play, he bends and stretches Giants running back Marsh White's body to the absolute limit. Despite not starting 1 game in 4 years for the Steelers and only playing in 10 games, Topps decided to give him a 1975 football card instead of Jack Lambert, who had won the 1974 Defensive Rookie of the Year award. That's absurd! Franco Harris suffered severely bruised ribs on this play. He was in so much pain after this divisional playoff game that he was unable to play in the AFC Championship game against Oakland.